So today I'd like to talk to you about the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity suggests that what you give away comes back to you, but it comes back to you with added dividends. Now, have you ever noticed that the wealthiest people also tend to be the most generous people? And you could make the argument that the reason they're as generous as they are is because they can afford to be. But I would argue that there is a reason why they've risen to the level of wealth that they've attained. And I think a big reason for that is because they were very generous to begin with. And it plays back into that law of reciprocity. I want you to consider for a moment two of the wealthiest people in the United States, right? Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. Now, Bill Gates was raised in a home that was very philanthropic. His mother was a teacher who actually didn't teach school while she raised Bill and his siblings. She volunteered. She volunteered at the school. She helped out a lot. She actually even served as a board member for the United Way for many, many years. When you look at Warren Buffett is another story. See, Warren Buffett was influenced early on as a child by a gentleman named Abraham Flexner. And Flexner was known as one of the greatest philanthropists of the 20th century. You see, Flexner lived in the early part of the 20th century, around the same time as Andrew Carnegie. And Flexner revolutionized the way the educational system, specifically the higher educational system, operates today. Because Flexner was all about the concept of smaller classrooms and more hands-on training, as opposed to large lectures with big groups of people. As a matter of fact, he is responsible for the way things get done in medical schools in the United States today, because he was a huge proponent of making sure that there was more hands-on training, more one-on-one work. And today, medical schools are operated much differently and arguably much more effectively because of Flexner. And he dedicated a lot of his time to ensure that this happened. And so we talk about some of the benefits of helping other people. And I think one of the things that you can't ignore, that is the satisfaction that you get from helping somebody else and the gratitude that you receive once you do it. I mean, you can't put a dollar amount on the return that you can get on things like that. We've all been in situations where we've helped other people. And it's just an amazing, amazing feeling when you know that you made a difference in somebody's life. But, you know, the key is to give, but to give without expectations. And that puts the law of reciprocity into effect. If you expect something, that's not why you want to do this. You want to give, and you want to give without those expectations. So, and I will contrast that to hoarders. You know, we all know people that try to save every dollar they have. They don't share with anybody. They don't go out of their way to help any other people. And I will argue that most of those people tend not to experience abundance in their lives. And that's because they're really going against the law of reciprocity. Right? And so one of the keys here, again, the same concept, give without expectations. So your homework this week, pick a dollar amount that you feel comfortable giving away every day. Keep that exact change on you. And when you come across somebody that you think is deserving of that dollar amount, just give it to them. Whether you have great service in a restaurant, whether you're sitting in the line at the grocery store and somebody can't afford to buy what they have with them, give them the money in your pocket. And if it's not money, just giving of yourself is great. Just doing things to get random acts of kindness with no expectations. And if you do these things, you will be absolutely amazed at what will start to manifest in your life.